Good morning. Will you please rise as you are able for the processional, followed by the national anthem. For the 403rd time, candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the Pennsylvania State University have gathered to celebrate their commencement. All are in their places. These exercises for the spring 2023 Smeal College of Business are hereby called to order.
Thank you, Dr. Milton. I'm Chuck Whiteman, Dean of the Smeal College of Business, and I join in welcoming you to our commencement ceremony today. We will now be led in the national anthem, performed by College of Arts and Architecture student Erica Harvey, accompanied by the Center Brass Quartet. Thank you. You may be seated. Well, it's wonderful to be here to celebrate this momentous occasion in person or in live stream for what is certainly the largest commencement ceremony in my time as dean at Smeal. We want to celebrate the accomplishments of those individuals who have completed their academic programs at the Smeal College of Business at Penn State. To begin, it is now my pleasure to introduce the president of the university, Neeli Bendapudi.
Thank you, Dean Whiteman. Class of 2023, I'm so honored to join you in celebration of this momentous occasion. The commencement ceremony is of great importance. It is patterned after a ritual which has been repeated through the long history of higher education and duplicated throughout the world wherever there are universities and colleges. The academic dress and the ritual have their origins in the universities of the Middle Ages. The mace, it's a symbol of the university and was carved from the very first newel post in Old Maine. The robes that you wear reflect our medieval past, and the caps and tassels are ancient symbols. And if you're wondering about these stripes or these chevrons, I want you to know that they have a significance as well. One indicates you have a bachelor's degree, 2, a master's degree, 3, a PhD, and the 4th is reserved for the president of the university. Commencement is steeped in history, but the spirit of commencement is modern. It's always changing. Most importantly, commencement is a symbol of the outstanding achievements that have brought you to this day. Today is your moment. And make no mistake, students, soon to be graduates, those tears in your loved ones' eyes are not because they thought you would never leave this place. Maybe a little bit. It's genuine pride in all of your accomplishments and the sacrifices you made to get to this day. You are entering a world unlike any before in our history, a world that has been forever changed by a global pandemic, and one that is defined by both great challenges and great opportunities. You have the opportunity to make our global society, our human family, more safe, more secure, more inclusive, and more equitable than it has ever been. I hope you will consider, no, strike that, you are Penn Staters. I know you will consider how your degree equips you to contribute to the shared collective effort of building a better world for all of humanity. And now I will turn it back over to Dean Whiteman. Thank you.
It's now my very great pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker, retired United States Army Lieutenant General Darrell K. Williams, who currently serves as the 13th president of Hampton University. President Williams, who holds a master's degree from Penn State, enjoyed a stellar military career before transferring his leadership skills to his current position. In his more than 37 years of military service, President Williams engaged in global supply chain management, executive leadership, education and training, security assistance, financial management, public speaking, and international risk management. As director of the U.S. Department of Defense's Agency for Global Logistics, he led more than 26,000 people, generated more than $40 billion in annual revenue, and managed 9 supply chains. President Williams is a distinguished military graduate of the Hampton Institute ROTC program, a graduate of the Army Command and General Staff College, the School of Advanced Military Studies, and a distinguished graduate of the National War College. He earned a bachelor's degree in psychology from Hampton Institute and master's degrees in military arts and sciences and national security and strategic studies. We are proud to welcome such a decorated and accomplished leader to speak today. Please join me in welcoming President Darrell K. Williams.
Good morning. And on behalf of the entire Hampton University nation, our pirate nation, thank you, President Bundapudi and Dean Whiteman, for your very kind introduction and to be the guest speaker for the Smeal College of Business. Dean Whiteman, I want to especially thank you for attending my investiture ceremony on April the 1st, just a little over a month ago. I also extend a hearty congratulations to the graduating class of 2023. My gift to you is that I will not overstay my welcome on the podium because I know your cars are packed and idling in the parking lot. I would like to begin by commending you for not just graduating, but for thriving in the face of very challenging circumstances. Your class, likely more than any other at the university, were here prior to the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic You endured the turbulence through the pandemic, and you pushed through to the finish line to be sitting here in the audience today. You and your loved ones, your parents and grandmothers and grandfathers and aunts and uncles and your professors are all to be commended. But we would expect nothing less of Nittany Lions. And so as you prepare to leave the confines of Happy Valley and pursue your life's ambitions, I'd like to leave you with just a few quick thoughts. First, one on resilience. The remarkable resilience and optimism that you exhibited during the pandemic to reach this milestone is, to say the least, inspiring. A cynical view surrounding the COVID-19 impact on higher education is that many students were not afforded a normal college education. And so while acknowledging that challenge, however, your sitting here today says that you use that challenge as a launching pad to your eventual success. And at the start of the pandemic, I was still serving as the U.S. Director for the Defense Logistics Agency, responsible for worldwide logistics for our military. And to perform that mission, we partnered with roughly 14,000 suppliers, many of whom struggled during the heart of the pandemic to keep their doors open, and that impacted our ability to accomplish our mission. And so I called one, if not several, of our partners, and I was inspired in particular by the CEO of one small family-owned business who had been in business for over 100 years. I asked the CEO, after being in business for over 100 years, through downturns in the economy, global conflicts, downturns in the stock market, the housing market, and every manner of political change, and yet they continue to thrive. What are your keys to success? And he said something to me that was very, very profound. And what he said was, during difficult periods, remain optimistic and focused on what will make you stronger on the far side of the crisis. Graduating class, you have knowingly or unknowingly adopted this very same philosophy because you are turning the tassels to the left-hand side today. You kept your eyes on the prize, and despite the pandemic and all of its challenges, you remained optimistic and you displayed true grit and determination, and you are to be congratulated. Point number two, your real education here at State was to teach you how to think, not necessarily what to think. And 10 years from now, much to the dismay of many of your professors, you will not remember exactly what you learned in Marketing 301 or Comms 180. What you will remember is where to find the information and exactly how to apply it. This experience has increased your capacity to learn new things, as much as it has provided you with the exact tools to be successful in your chosen professions. As for me, the Penn State graduate education changed the trajectory of my life and career. Yes, at that point in my life, the military had trained me to do small tactical military operations, but arriving here at the university and matriculating through what was then called the Business Logistics Department, now the Supply Chain Management Department, gave me the critical thinking skills and taught me an approach to thinking about complex problems. Penn State broadened my focus from those smaller military scale operations to a much more strategic perspective and understanding of global supply chains. And certainly in my brief career in the corporate sector, one of my first major tasks was to develop an enterprise logistics strategy for the Fortune 250 company that I worked for. And immediately, I tapped into both the operational experience from my time in the military, but I also relied very, very heavily upon the academic foundation and training that I received right here at Penn State. The way of thinking about logistics and the understanding of the criticality of supply chains is what I took from this great experience. Graduates, don't underestimate the power of this experience at one of the nation's finest institutions. And by the way, one of the other things my wife and I took away was a baby daughter who was born right here in Penn State Hospital. Last, and point number three, I urge you to follow your dreams and to take seriously the responsibility to lead with integrity. And so Brigadier General Samuel Chapman Armstrong, who founded my university, Hampton University, in 1868, did it with the idea of developing leaders of character as the college's North Star. I dare say that this is precisely the Penn State expectation of all of you. These two principles are the responsibility of each new generation: dreams and leadership. Your dreams and acceptance of the mantle of responsibility for leadership within every layer of society will forward the aims of our democracy, and it allows us to pursue our continued unique American way of life. They fuel creativity and innovation needed to expand our horizons, and they keep our nation strong. Each of you has a gift, one which only you are qualified to offer. The next great economist who will be the U.S. Secretary of Treasury someday, and the next Amazon, Apple, Google-like market influencer could be sitting in this audience today. You must also match your formal education and what you received here at State with the necessary passion, courage, and urgency to pursue your dream. There's an old African proverb, which many of you may have heard, that says, every day in Africa, a lion wakes up and it knows that it must outrun the slowest gazelle or it will starve. Every day in Africa, a gazelle wakes up and knows that it must outrun the fastest lion or it will be eaten. The moral of the story is, it doesn't matter whether you're the lion or the gazelle. When the sun comes up in the morning, graduates, you'd better be running. You'd better be running towards your dreams with urgency, right? And of course, no discussion would be complete without a mention of leadership. This marvelous academic experience has certainly postured you to reach your dreams and your ambitions. However, the emphasis on community service and the development of your skills within the various student organizations were equally designed to shape you for positions of leadership in our communities, our nation, and our world. We stood at childhood's gate, shapeless in the hands of fate. Thou didst mold us, dear old state, dear old state, dear old state. Ladies and gentlemen, you must assume the mantle of leadership while living out your dreams. But before closing, I have to make a confession. I must make a confession. You see, I lived in Columbus, Ohio for 2 years, in the heart of Buckeye country, where I led a workforce of several thousand people. Having grown up in West Palm Beach, Florida, attended Hampton, Virginia, and a graduate school here at Penn State, I am a Miami Hurricane, Hampton Pirate, and Nittany Lion football fan. Well, at every assembly at my job, my rabid, largely Buckeye workforce relentlessly attempted to convert me to being an Ohio State Buckeye, even to the point of buying my wife a pair of Buckeye earrings, which I subsequently destroyed. Right? Yeah, which I subsequently destroyed. I want you to know that after a relentless 2-year onslaught by the Ohio State faithful, I stood strong, Nittany Lions. I stood strong. And I know you will too, graduates. I know you will too. Sincerely, remember the lessons of your resilience. Apply the tremendous higher education experience that you've learned here at State. And remember that the aim was to teach you how to think, not just what to think. And finally, pursue your dreams and accept the mantle of leadership when it comes your way. You graduates are our future, and as I look across the audience, I think your dear president would agree. I know that we are in great hands. May God bless each and every one of you and all of those who have supported you during this journey. May He bless the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. May He bless the Pennsylvania State University, and may He richly bless the United States of America. We are. Thank you.
I don't know about you, but I'm hoping I'm not the slowest Giselle. Thank you very much, President Williams. I now welcome President Bendapudi back to the podium.
Could we have one more round of applause for our brave, wonderful commencement speaker? Class of 2023, it is customary for a university president to give some words of wisdom, some advice to the graduating class. After that spectacular speech and wonderful words, I've decided to shorten my advice to 3 pieces. You ready? Number 1 is the advice I gave my own child at her graduation. So all of you, this still pertains to you, you aces of accounting, you forces of finance, you masters of management and organization, you mavens of marketing, you sultans of supply chain, or I would have said when I was growing up, you sultans of supply chain, you rulers of risk, and you icons of information systems. Did I leave anyone out? All right, no. So this applies even to you brilliant people. One of the wonders of graduation is that your credit cards keep coming. I want you to remember that the max that they list on your credit card is not a target you need to achieve. Families, you can thank me later. The second piece of advice is one I try to remember. I was given this years ago. I still struggle with it, but I want to pass that on to you. Remember, you are not just human doings, you are human beings. Be. Be still, be. Be and breathe. Through life's highest highs and life's lowest lows, and in a life well lived, there will be both. Please breathe and be and remind yourself, this too shall pass. The third piece of advice I try to draw from contemporary philosophers. So as the great philosopher of your time, Taylor Swift says, players gonna play, 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 play. Haters, they're gonna hate, 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 hate. What do you need to do? Just shake it off. And a second one. Yeah, you can applaud for Taylor Swift. And of course, in that other great piece of philosophy from Ted Lasso. As Coach Lasso says, I believe in believe. I too believe in believe. Belief gives us purpose. I believe in you. I believe in this country. I believe in what is able to be accomplished when we all believe. It's easy to look at the world and say, woe is us. There are so many challenges. But I promise you, nothing in the world is stronger than the human capacity for hope and for belief. The hope that the world can get better, the belief that it will, the belief that it must, is what has guided humankind throughout our entire history. So, with those three pieces of advice to you, I will now turn to the Board of Trustees. This is the legal corporate body of the Pennsylvania State University. And this is the body that by our charter is given final responsibility for the governance, welfare, and all other interests pertaining to the university. At this time, I call upon Trustee Jay Paterno, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, to authorize the conferring of degrees at this ceremony. Briefly, Jay Paterno was elected to the Board of Trustees effective July 1, 2017. He graduated from Penn State in 1991 with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. He's a best-selling author, president of Blue Line 409 LLC, specializing in consulting in startups, and spent 22 seasons coaching college football, including 17 years on the Penn State staff. Trustee Paterno, we are delighted that you are here to represent the Board of Trustees.
Does anybody mind if I take this off for a second? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Bendaputi. I have an official duty here. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to offer my congratulations, our congratulations, to the class of 2023, their families and friends. It is really, as a trustee the last 6 years, there was never a more difficult time than in March of 2020 when we had to do some things because of the pandemic. And I cannot tell you how much we appreciated the way our students rallied. And that's a credit to all of you sitting in this room. And I just think everybody in this room give them a round of applause for what they did for this university. Before I get into my official duty, I just want to give you a couple of words of wisdom. You know, we are is what we talk about at Penn State. When you come here, you will never walk alone in life again. We are is always greater than I am. And I want to share just a story about one of my teammates who sat where you guys sat. Well, this is before the Jordan Center. I am that old. A guy named Bill Spohr, and he graduated from Smeal College in 1992. Bill Spohr came to Penn State as a walk-on, and on a cold November day in South Bend, Indiana, he found himself on the field against #1 Notre Dame with 9 seconds left on the clock and having to put the ball down for a freshman kicker to upset the #1 team in the country, and he did it. Now, some of your parents probably remember that if they went to Penn State because they're of my vintage. But what Bill did after school was more important. He spent over a decade at Merrill Lynch, over a decade at Goldman Sachs, sitting in rooms with people like Warren Buffett. He got to that level. But at one point, he and his wife decided that, you know, football and business are similar because there's a scoreboard. At the end of the game, you know how many points you scored. At the end of a quarter, you know what your profit is, and there's numbers and analytics and data. But there's some things that are more important, and he and his wife decided that they wanted to be something more than just I am and more than just making money. And your generation has demonstrated that to us as trustees. Your commitment to each other in things like Thawne and Lion Pantry and all the things that you guys have done for your fellow students shows a selflessness that is to be commended. But what Bill and his wife decided to do was using only their own money. They went over to Uganda and started to build schools and educate children and send them to universities in Europe and the United States. So the challenge I want you to walk out of here with is, don't just look for something bigger. It's got to be about something more. You can make all the money in the world and still be miserable. The world is full of people with lots of money who are miserable because they've lost that purpose. And what you have learned at Penn State about what you've learned about we are is what will carry you through life. So that's my challenge to you. Finally, as a Penn State alum, now that you will be one, I want to say one other thing. You have a say in the future direction of this university. I'm one of the alumni elected trustees, and I just won an election yesterday, but I'm only here because alumni put me here. You guys will have a say. Next year, you'll be able to vote. You will get a ballot via email. Make sure the university has your email so that you get your ballot. Get involved. Have a say. Get involved in your alumni chapters around the country, wherever you live. That having said all that, I will turn to my official duty. President Bendapudi, by virtue of the authority vested in and as approved by the Board of Trustees of the Pennsylvania State University, the greatest university on the planet, you are authorized on behalf of the board to confer on each of these candidates the degree earned as certified by the appropriate faculty and dean. Dr. Bendapudi.
Thank you, Trustee Paterno, for the authorization to confer degrees for these candidates assembled. As we proceed to the conferral of degrees, please note that Penn State has a proud tradition of recognizing our graduates who are actively serving, veterans, graduates of our ROTC programs with special red, white, and blue honor cords for their service and their sacrifice. Let us never forget that we are only the land of the free because we are the home of the brave. At this time, I would like to ask all graduates who are embarking on military service and our veteran students who have served our country to please stand as you are able and remain standing. Now, students, I will ask our guests in the audience who are veterans or active duty members of the military to please stand as you are able. Thank you. You may all be seated. We thank you, and just as importantly, we thank your families who also serve by supporting what you do. Thank you, sir. I also want to take a moment to recognize another group of heroes as they're here with us today. These are students who are first-generation college students who stand on the cusp of becoming first-generation Penn State alumni. First-generation college students are pioneers within their families and trailblazers at our universities. They face unique challenges not shared by many of their peers, and they have to show that extra bit of tenacity in their pursuit of education, academic excellence, and personal and professional achievement. They are a model to whom we can all aspire. Would all members of our graduating class, who are the first ones in your family to get a college degree, please rise as you are able. Thank you. You may be seated. I am so proud of you you are leveraging the transformative power of higher education for yourself, for your families, and your communities. And now I'm going to turn it back to Dean Whiteman for what you're all waiting for.
Well, if you were wondering about what President Williams said about this being the greatest university on the planet, what we just witnessed, I think, is testimony to that fact. Congratulations, all you first gens. So thank you, President Bendapudi. Graduation marks an important academic achievement. I am pleased to recognize and introduce the department heads and assistant department heads who administer our programs in the Smeal College of Business. They represent the faculty who certify these students for their degrees. And as of fall of 2022, Penn State has granted nearly 919,000 degrees. Would each administrator please rise as I call your name and remain standing until all are introduced, beginning with Lawrence Friedkin, Assistant Department Head of Accounting, Bill Krakaw, Department Head of Finance, Vilma Misanji, Department Head of Management and Organization, Meg Malloy, Department Head of Marketing, Tony Kwasnika, Assistant Department Head of Risk Management, Kevin Linderman, Department Head of Supply Chain and Information Systems. Thank you. You may be seated. I now wish to recognize the graduates who have earned meritorious achievements. In the digital program, you can see those who are graduating in the top 12% of their class. Upon completion of grades, additional names will be added to this list. Diplomas will have this academic achievement noted on the official document. Students who are graduating summa cum laude are wearing a blue and white cord. Students who are graduating magna cum laude are wearing a blue cord, and students who are graduating cum laude are wearing a white cord. Please hold your applause until students in all three categories are standing. Will those students graduating summa cum laude please rise as you are able and remain standing? And now, will those students who are graduating magna cum laude please rise as you are able and remain standing? And now, will those graduating cum laude please rise as you are able? And let's give them all a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. Though we cannot share with you the accomplishments of each graduate, we have identified one student as representative of the Smeal College of Business class of 2023. Will Elena Jody, our college marshal, please rise? The daughter of Maria and Vincent Jody from Lewiston, New York, Elena is graduating today with a degree in marketing and a minor in digital media trends and analytics. Elena was the Penn State Sports and Business Club Director of Logistics and Sports Business Conference Marketing and Content Coordinator. She was Treasurer for Penn State Prime, Professional Development Chair for Phi Gamma Nu, and Thon Entertainment Committee Crowd Focus Group Leader and Operations Assistant. Following commencement, she will begin a position with Overtime, a sports media company in New York City, as a media analyst. Elena, I offer you my best wishes and heartiest congratulations on your achievement. Let's give her a round of applause. I'd now like to call on Stephen Huddart, Senior Associate Dean for Research and Faculty in the Smeal College of Business.
Thank you, Dean Whiteman. At this time, we want to recognize another exceptional group of students. Those selected to be recognized as Smeal Student Major Marshals. Similar to the College Student Marshal, each academic unit conferring degrees today selects one student based on their academic, extracurricular, and leadership contributions to serve as student marshal and represent all seniors graduating from their respective department. We have provided information about each student marshal's accomplishments in the commencement program. I will now ask each student representative to stand and remain standing as I call your name. Please hold your applause until all student marshals have been recognized. Representing the accounting major is Jasmine Sodhi. Representing the actuarial science major is Emily Yost. Representing the corporate innovation and entrepreneurship major is Elliot Rast. Representing the finance major is Logan Galloway. Representing the management major is Ayesha Patel. Representing the management information systems major is Michael Burke. Representing the marketing major is Ziray Rena Wang. Representing the real estate major is Jake Williams. Representing the management major is Isaac Pelka. Representing the supply chain and information systems major is Caden Hazenstab. Please join me in recognizing our major student marshals. Thank you. You may be seated. I'd now like to call upon President Ben Deputy to recognize another group of our graduating students.
Thank you, Dean Huddard, and congratulations to all the students recognized. As a land-grant institution, we are chartered to offer the opportunity for training in the military services. And at Penn State, we are so proud and honored that we have programs in the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. Representing the joint services today is Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Gross, Professor of Military Sciences.
Will all graduates of the Pennsylvania State University Reserve Officer Training Corps please rise? President Ben Deputy, it's a privilege for me to present our graduates of ROTC as officers who will serve in the Armed Forces of the United States.
Thank you. On behalf of the Pennsylvania State University, I congratulate each of you. You may be seated.
President Ben Deputy, representing these candidates is Joseph Yonner. Will Joseph please rise? Joseph, the son of James Yonner and Jean Marie Marziliano Yonner of Massapequa, New York, graduates today with a degree in Supply Chain and Information Systems and with minors in History and Military Studies. He is a member of the Phi Alpha Theta National History Honor Society, the Supply Chain Management Association, Tau Kappa Epsilon Fraternity, and Thon Committee Donor and Alumni Relations Chair, as well as the co-founder and administrative director of the Penn State Moot Court Association. Following graduation, Joseph is commissioning as an active duty Army officer in the Army Transportation Corps, serving in the logistics field. Congratulations, Joseph. You can take your seat.
Congratulations. And thank you, Colonel Gross. Now, I'd like to turn it back to Dean Whiteman.
I'm very pleased to introduce a cherished part of the graduation ceremony, crossing the platform as your name is read aloud. As our students prepare to cross the platform, let's all recognize those who could not be here today but are watching this event from locations around the world. Please join me in congratulating them with a round of applause. Because families are eager to hear their student's name, I ask that we all refrain from making excessive noise. Graduates, after you cross the platform and in the spirit of "we are," please return to your seats to celebrate with your fellow graduates for the remainder of the ceremony. After the last graduate crosses the stage platform, we will confer your degrees, and then you can move your tassels. Be sure to remain at your seat for this important moment. You become Penn State alumni. Dr. Cameron, please announce our first graduates to be recognized.
You want to be around over on this other side.
Other side?
Yeah, because he'll be scanning there.
Okay. Oh, okay, you want me to take it from her then?
Yeah, because students graduating from the Department of Risk Management are
William Robert Cooter III, David Turonis, Zachary Daniel Hall, Joao Argolo, Connor Logan Campbell, Emily Yost, James Michael Bushanowski, Dylan Brooks Major, Asma Safia Binti Zakaria, Kevin David Gillard, Teo Eduardo Lacroze, Patrick Guthrie King, Logan Matthew Lebezinski, Wei-Yi Chen, John Grattan, Kristen Elizabeth Chomos, Daniel Noah Berlin, Spencer Bernard Coleman, Blake Matthew Zalar, Matthias Edenkrantz, Jacob Brian Betts, Courtney Nicole Pagonis, John T. Gilmer, John Duthie, Joseph Kenneth Bean, Sean Patrick Kirk, Connor James McEwen, Rocco Grello, Jacqueline Ricco, Stephen Stumpo, Zane Alexander Sutton, Megan Murray, Logan Jack Stone, Arden Elaine Belmere, Jake Andrew Himmelstein, Gerald Filardi Jr., Yi Kai Ding, Ava Olivia Meixner, Sairitika Reddy Mali, Joshua Kula, Suleiman Sadiq, Jupin Jiang, Tianhao Lu, Manji Wang, Ziqi Ding, Ni Ho Fang Nguyen, Yue Qi Meng, Austin S. Gedrich, Joseph Beckus Brennan, Matthew Paul Esposito, John Michael Senafani, Jake Allen Williams, Shulu Jong, David Joseph Devine, Jr., Fadlea Rahim Ali, Bridget Lawless Day, Colleen Magdalene Jones, Sophia Bonanno, Shindi Bai, Samara Cornegay, Lauren Rose, Isaac Pelka, Xinyi Chen, Dustin Bauer, John Norman Berry, Adeline Shante Ramirez, Krishna Gopal Reddy Talamati, Daniel Edward Hughes, Mansoor Ali Sayed Hamad Al-Kaabi, Jiwan Park, Sarah McGee, Aaron Studdert, Canon Christopher Johnson, Rye Albert Bowe, Jared Simon, Stephen Kitzinger, Mackay Williams, Cassandra I. Albisu, Jasmine M. Smith, Mohammed Mohammed, Nicole Charlize Muro, Zachary Ryan Melhorn, Nicholas Michael Marino, Kyle Grossman, Michael Colin McCluskey, Dante Anthony DeFrank, Nicholas Ibelli, Brian Patrick Carr, Max Cohen, Michael Claude Dubauton, Matthew Charles Mendel, Daniel Curtis Yothers, Mitchell Jared Fisher, Cole Ray Nicholson, James Andrew Vozar III, Jeremy Jonas Anchel, Y.M. Chen, Parker Jameson Malloy, Christian E. Tyson Parker, Max William Klein, Jordan Dwayne Ligon, Kyle Young, Jared Asper.
Students graduating from the Department of Management and Organization are
Chenhao Zhang, Sachi Divedi, Juki Tsin, Nina Yang, Tatiana Cavallias, Alexander Edward Smith, Rice Allen Ravati, Noah Hughes, Andrew Joseph Conti, Taylor Ann Chandler, Sungjun Yoon, Nicholas Rosano, Nicholas Christopher Rotunda Jr., Parker William Monoski, Tristan Oliva, Alyssa Whitman, Stephanie Hannah Novins, Caitlin Cullen, Kylie Ashton Bender, Jillian Absher, Michael Anthony Tanabe, Russell Peter Seneca, Julia Valetti, Christopher Williams, Omar Osbe, Jalen Anwar Peterson Marshall, Joshua William Reinstein, Carly Jordan Brodsky, Christopher Earl Pugh, Ryan Patrick Kelleher, Adam Lewis, Maya Kesselmark, Wesley Ling, Matthew Silla Goldberg, Madeline Freeman, Renee Catherine Arnold, Simone Leah Skinner, Maria Dorte, Julia Marie Feeney, Grace Ellen Mena, Stephanie Eder, Erica Isali Reyes, Hannah Elizabeth Janicki, Alyssa Camille Petoza Salas, Justin Bazemore, Amber Smith, Adam Muller, Zachary C. Signa, Tristan Price, Tyler Lee Bard, Tristan Jonathan Ing, Tommy DeQuan Smith, Tyler Chase Harrington, Gina N. Gilden, Caitlin Elizabeth Bennett, John Joseph Murnar, Isha Rupal Dhruva, Aubrey Miller, Jada Sophia Khalil, Jordan Nicholas Burden, Sydney Lee Droz, Casey Joseph Auerbeck, Colin Joseph Miller, Peyton Lynn Schilling, Hannah Jennison Holmes, Dakota Riley Weglers, Olivia Murphy Costanzo, Brian Nelson Monk, Cole Charles Mizell, Hannah Lewis, Jacqueline Ann Heyer, Sarah Elizabeth Clark, David Allen McQuiston III, Kush J. Patel, Hope Nicole Tamacruz, Tristan James Nelson, Morgan Osterberg, Ian Thomas, Jack McDonald, Ava Sidney Goldberg, Owen George Ritchie, Pranava Maganti, Thaddeus Graham, Emily Anastasia Maniscalco, Emma Scott Fong Doyle, Diana Alexa Miller, Lauren Faber, Kayla Ray Kindig, Ashley Ann White, Dominic Michael Hart, Lei Yao, Qingyan Zhu, Jahao Chen, Sean William Craven, Hunter Anderson, Philip Michael Funovitz, Adriana Isaacman, Lane Anya Meltzer, Chu Yi Zhang, Madhubi Debnath, Alvin Themistokal, Jacob Baird, Stephen Adam Babinchak, Brandon Heist, Thomas Richard Deviney, Catherine Bruxelles, Luca Gogia, Michael D. McMahon, Alexander N. Sharma, Brian Joshua Kay, Andrew Ian Stewart, Austin Engelhard, Cole Rutson Scopetto, V. Tung Nguyen, Sudarshan Meruga, Christopher Peter Werner, Anthony Louis Marino, Andrew Robert Hickey, Owen Nicholas Toth, Matthew Thomas Kona, Griffin Popescu, Nicholas Alvarado, Christina Santana, Sharnike A. Johnson, Daquan Omir Kirkpatrick, Aisha G. Patel, Carly A. Wilson, Kanan Joseph Blackwell, Jesse Mathis, Nicolette Christine Perry, Ali Badridza Jack, Benjamin Charles Stoller, Alexander Joseph Cohn, Samantha Brooke Cremens, Kara DeLucio, Bria Patel, Ayman Salim Rashid Al-Shukeli, Louis William Gambardella, Edwin Mack, Evan Michael Bender, Elliot Nielsen Rost, John Francis Higson, Jeffrey Poon, Ty Vincent Pierce, Noah Harrison Shore, Ashley Risser, Adam Romero Jr., Brian Gerald Lewis, Danielle Sissel, Megan Lee Hurst, Brandon Michael Ford, Timothy James Fensel, Alec M. McGill, Jonathan Thomas Chinsky, Abel Gebray, Noah Daniel, Ian Timothy Kilcullen, Ningxin Chen, Hongtang Liu, Ren Chi Dong, Weijiao Cai, Yang Jahao Lei, Noah Cook, Yosef Kim, Joshua Namick, Diego Jose Rochard, Sebastian Lacayo Sanchez, Jay Sanjay Patel, Logan Brooke Boyle, Tyler Nicholas Thornton, Lauren Ranieri, Natalie Andrea Lanza, Louis Paul Nomba Bama, Quentin Scott Moslak, Daniel Sungho Lee, Riley M. Gardiner, Jacob Edward Kosmalski, Dan Thorley, Kensington Elizabeth Minor, Kira Rachel Young, Kyle Seidman, Luca Kai Brayberg, Samuel Max Jorley, Mitchell Rosen, Grant Allen Wenger, Patrick John Billings Jr., Jack Robertson, Eric Joseph Ola Rican, Ryan J. Zachary Elias, Trevor William Lease, Brody Michael DePersia, Nicholas Edward Molino, Christopher Victor, Sophia Rose Kelly, Cody Russell Ratliff, Jacob R. Hansen, Stephen Dustin Avellino, Haley Ann Cameron, Alexis Jade Lukaszewski, Paige Morgan Remillard, Amanda Faith Mazurek, Michelle Leong, Isabel Yukar, Jared Von Andrea.
Students graduating from the Department of Marketing are
Bradley Conklin, Logan Patrick Holgado, Kirtana Manchikanti, Shannon Elise Sacklin, Yulia Pushkavichus, Brielle Bezier, Alyssa J. Gibson, Christina Prolago, Morgan Elizabeth O'Connor, Hannah Mamaras, Sophia Brooke Fisher, Lisa Grace Buczynski, Natasha Faith Wagner, Kevin Patrick Egan, Elena S. Jowdy, Daniel Niels Pekka Reisenen, Richard Paul Zock III, Annie Cameron Leverich, Jamie Lynn Wolf, Max Ryan Young, Lauren Avery Cohen, Jessica Nicole Negley, Molly Kathleen Shoemaker, Madison E. Blickos, Victoria Lynn Morris, Bilal Babar Ahmad, Margaret Olivia Collins, Jillian P. Wagner, Julia Rose Costello, Tyler Frank, Michael Christopher Steinetz, Tomas Karakelian, Eileen Martin, Paige Elizabeth Fell, Isabella Sylvia Reese, Simran Mangat, Charlotte Delia Stossel, John A. Kiesling, Brett Samuel Ostrover, Sarah Rose Terzian, Evelyn Benvenuto, Kirsten Ann Parkin, Madison Alexandra Penneberry, Caitlin T. Murphy, Caroline Jane Diviney, H. Sarah McCaffrey, Anna Marie Kissling, Alyssa Love McErlin, Robert Hugh Dickinson III, Ryan C. Irubino, Jake Ammerman, Brianna Nicole Pancari, Elena Marie Lewis, Aaliyah Marie Kubrick, Olivia Jordan Shulock, Devin Siobhan Gelman, Morgan K. Russell, Joshua D. Turtle, Robert G. Schmidt, Jr., Sydney Berardo, Abigail Grace Broughton, Lauren Sheehan, Lois Kim, Alexa Jean Chapas, Amanda Grace Altimus, Courtney K. Servant, Colin Scott Wildstein, Aaron Froyo, Haley Whalen, Braylon A. Shoel, Donovan Andrew Trauger, Nurali B. Igo, Caroline Helena O'Hara, Sabrina Rockelman, Dalton Hummel, James Samuel Wilson, Sean Francis Coffey, Benjamin Avi Susser Stein, Davis Heckman, Jacob Manukian, William Jeffrey Aldoricio, Sean T. Scanlon, Shreya Venkatraman, Ireland Elizabeth Robb, Erica Bryn Clement, Morgan Kelly McConnell, Anne Frances McKenzie, Megan A. McDuffie, Haley Eva Bernier, Jacqueline L. Hovis, Molly Kathleen Saltzman, Mark Alexander Zamora, Cameron Duncan, Olivia Marie Lehman, Julia Brady Lowen, Jessica L. Martini, Jacqueline Grace Herrera, Erin Ann Bauer, Lindsay Noel Paladin, Victoria Jane Slater, Brittany Paige Jubilee, Lauren Albright, Hannah Elizabeth Brown, Dale John Brisky, Brady Scott Seekley, Peter Sinabaldi, Sydney Josephine Beauregard, Kimberly A. Bato, Kira Murphy Mueller, Landry Olivia Quinn, Emma Catherine Poirier, Nicholas Egan Ties, Michael Wynn, Sebastian Lee, Wan Chen Ho, Catherine Ambrose, Monica T. Bodison, Shimar Christopher McLennan, Jennifer Reddington McPhee, Rachel Emily Clark, Alexandra Lynn Venturi, Zahan Jiao, Lauren Langan, Courtney Elizabeth Driscoll, Erica Anna DiCarlo, Danea D. Postin, Catherine Melander Hinman, Rebecca Elizabeth Habel, Sean Hockhausler, Keith Robert McCall II, Dana Louise Patron, Sean Burns, Anna Samborski, Haley Rose Imbashiani, Megan Straley, Natalie J. Weber, Evan Marcus Mehalov, Victoria Amato, Fallon Alexa Kelly, Nicole Elizabeth Werner, Ashley Nicole Henry, Kylie Reed, Wanjia Wang, Hongyi Ling, Vianne Varghese, Rachel Lynn Laferge, Hannah Christine Burnett, Cole Steiner, Joshua D. Morris, Caitlin Dora Ramage, Lauren Mary Gemp, Benjamin Patrick Merritt, Emily Rose Duras, Brennan James Kelly, Junhang Zhu, Lin Wang, Caitlin Ann Wallace, Erin Nicole Mindick, Marin Gardner, Abigail Jane Arnold, Jack Michael Fitzpatrick, Samantha Mary Luddis, Catherine Grace Duggan, Matthew Aaron Klein, Kelsey Karamanica, Nico R. Marsh, Mackenzie Taylor Wainman, Caitlin Rose Insabella, Jaden Johnson, Matthew Seplow, Nicholas Larson Conroy, Zachary Isaac Meixler, Julia Rose Fulmer, Madison Myers, Stephen Nicholas Vetri, John James Senos, John Robert Schaefer, Kevin Guerreri, Eleanor E. Jameson, Ria Hemant Patel, Tyler Thomas Lesage, Cassidy Anna Kalin, Elizabeth May England, Brian Love, Jennifer Lynn Cunningham, Jonathan Kyle McLaughlin, Lucas Jared Ferdinand Afable, Abby Helena Fridley, Caroline Levkulik, Olivia Rose Walsh, Natalie Downey, John Charles Speraza, Owen Nicholson Haggerty, Kaylin R. Shashelski, Leah Renee Frazier, Jordan B. DeCoom, Jack Bailey Whip, Ethan Cole Perry, Jack Kenneth Kovaleski, Olivia Marie Burke, Ronan Bell, William Michael Baglio, Zuochin Lee, Zhenye Sun, Zachary Michael Stanton, Ryan Chu, Blake Stephen Ray, Benjamin Sage Landau, Jack Billadu, Owen Thomas Del Monte, Samantha Grace Stravick, Briley Spindler, Anna Starr, Sarah Elizabeth Ramsey, Hannah Alexis Lynch, Catherine Jean Mora, Megan Rufo, Adela Marie Saloni, Matthew Robert Stumpo, Keith William Onimus, Jack Thomas Armstrong, Jared Cole Spillane, Andrew John LaPierre, Olivia Elizabeth Graham, Lauren Elizabeth Kepps, Amber Nicole Rupp, Maria Justine Palermo, Mary Catherine Penn, Maura Elizabeth Beer, Stephanie C. Flights, Farah Patma, Catherine Stern, Gabriella Marie Kleckner, Cole Barrett, Ritu Sai Goravaram, Lila R. Wakely, Samuel James Howard, Adam Detweiler, Jerome Richards, Larry Anthony Hills, Eric Pichardo, Junming Yang, Chen Cheng Yang, Roshi Liu, Yu Chen Yang, Zhenghan Li, Liliandy Serrano Enriquez, Quinn Moore, Sharin Baharlu, Brianna Alexis Gambrell, Reese Christian Bracho, Matthew Joshua Silver, Noah Joseph Mans, Chase J. Kalashek, Lauren E. Harries, Jordan Alexandra Gravino, McKenna Orlick, Ashley Marie Thompson, Jake Edward McEwen, Brandon Kelly, Dylan Homan, Luke Cecilia, Robert Nunner, Samuel Ian Friedman, Ella Jean Manorelli, Nia Tomko, Jamie Susan Ash, Ali Nicole Sack, Yan Yan Q, Ainsley Maria Allen, Bianca Palagrudo, Xinyu Gao, Yihang Mei, Lindsay Joy Harold, Rachel Lauren Harris, Emily Megan Melnick, Nick Roble, Mia Abromitis, Sarah Kaiser, Margaret Claire Seneft, Cole Thaler, Andrew Robert Luciani, Kiang Shan, Nicholas G. Seddon, Ian Jeffrey Koschel, Jenna Nicole Morgantini, Colette Franciscus, Alyssa Tambini, Evan James West, Carolyn Abramowicz, Samantha Goria, Ryan Andrew Sullivan, Hannah Lynn Kostiak, Julie A. Mainerich, Zere Wong, Brandon Reeve Charin, J.C. Napierski, Marsha Palmer, Victoria Zando, Kelly Elaine Beja, Allison Lasienka, Hyun Jun Kwan, Hong Che Liu, Stella Cheng, Yi Chen Xiao, Evan Bruce Lonzak, Colin James Maloney, John Ryan Griffin, Patrick Michael Roth, Jinghong Lu, Zijing Zhai, Xijie Liu, Chenyi Dong, Sophia Ting, Yongtang Wang, Dilian Duan, Yifei Song, Qingchan Yuan, Leah Jinwan Warburton,
Students graduating from the Department of Accounting are
Walter A. Waddell, Caleb Schweiger, Tyler Michael Waslick, Edward Louis Mamoni, Madison Graver, Hong Jun Zhong, Pin Shen Chen, Trinity Thompson, Brennan Timothy Pearson, Nicholas David Shukfe, Matthew Joseph Tardy, Timothy Klebansky, Nicholas Joseph Berger, Jeffrey Elias Tejeda, Emma Kronk, Kristen Kiefer, Jack Albert Kinsell, Xinye Zhang, Bijun Wang, Yucheng Wang, Xuanru Yue, Jiayi Liu, Shenyao To, Caroline Grace Radigan, Zachary Raymond Darsangelo, Max Hadley, Jackson Todd Mordecki, Scott Laudenbach, Jacqueline Mary Jean Moschetta, Isabella Thayer Madunyo, Juliana Panaccia, Camille Mary Castelline, Jalen Elias Kobo, James Pudo, Benjamin Elliott Verbofsky, Alexander Ryan Hammer, Chun Hong Lee, Kaylin James McMenemy, Michael Christopher Gigliotti, Hayden Rose Tomaszewski, Victoria Jade Fabianski, Quentin P. Szymanski, Jonah Gabrielle Grove, Brendan Patrick Irwin, Megan Elaine Kelso, Alexa Ray Steltz, Brooke Diane Matthias, Liyuan Song, Mohammed Rahman, Ethan Leong, Mason Gattuso, Reese Alexander Eng, Alexander Dudin, Nicholas Casson, Aiden Charles Berry, Jacob Andrew Oliver, Spencer John Hoffman, William Sweeney, Jared West Morrison, Yuanxi Jia, Yidi Yao, Derek Ronald Turkovsky, Emma Lee Teed,
Cole Raymond Moore,
Lily Pavoto, Kathleen Griffith, Po Shen Peng, Nicholas Venuto, Ethan Matthew Hess, Miranda Ann Slosky, Ryan Paul Bursavage, Megan Kelly Murphy, Linda Huang, Angela Chan, Amy Chen, Jasmine K. Sodi, Tony Chen, Christopher John Ruggieri, Atul George, Michael George Rousseau Jr., Kyle D. Carson, Adam W. Mrozowski, George Albert Lesher III, Matthew Larix Little, Andrew Pollock, Nicholas Andrew Verano, Nicholas K. Ingerick, Jaehyun Yang, Rodrigo Palacios, Kelly Elizabeth Brosey, Julia Rickert, Marissa Margaret Weaver, Alaniza Jalen Peralta, Michael Maffa, David Paul Edwards, Caden Rude, Andrew Blankenship, Patrick Wilczynski, Dylan M. Arnold, Colin Michael Woodburn, Jason Maxwell Svek Jr., Forrest Conway Willman, Thomas William Richardson III, Jack Zhang, Zahang Yan, Ray Changray Chen, John Wilder Akeley, Whitney S. Wright, Ashton Olivia Schultz, Lauren Elizabeth Wundell, Caitlin Hosdick, Logan Michael Guyman, Jack Schroeder, Colin Thomas Graver, Sarah Anastasia Schultes, Molly Kathleen Williams, Malia Rosa Filippi, Daryl Bernard Ferguson, Jr.
Students graduating from the Department of Supply Chain and Information Systems are
Hua Tan Nguyen, Quang Vo, Lawrence Douglas Henry McKenney, Jr., Justin Walker, Jordan Walker, Alexandra Wells, Shobita Shobita, Lorenzo G. Gutierrez, Lucia Imberton Sol, Sebastian Holman Callejas, Anirudh Sai Tenugula, Sofia Maria Picarelli, Jenna A. DiLorenzo, Alexis DeShield, Rashana Kundapaturu, Jiaqi Luo, James Zachary Razi, Colin Lefakis, Hannah Buell, Kazim Boluatifi Hamzat, Javier Eduardo Morena Wolfshone. Tyler Gradden. Connor John McEachran. Nicholas Cooper Fest. Jameson P. Barry. Bryce M. Hammond. Constantine G. Hionis. Timothy Ray Agostino. Hamoud al-Motasim Hamoud al-Zadjali. Nina Fauché. Casey Elizabeth Stepp. Michael Robert Tortora. Anthony Allen Gust. Shane Patrick Agnew. Zachary Michael Topolovich. Nasim Abdel Rahman. Nicholas Reed Smaler. Aaron Thomas Sipes. Cameron Keith Mowery. Nathaniel J. Tornetta. Patrick Thomas Feehan. Jack Henry Wojtajek. Andrew John Seraphin. Ethan Otto Taylor. Nolan Rischel. Michelle Elizabeth Giannini. Grace M. Dittrich. Paige Bossler. Cameron Lewis Aksu. Aman Modi. Shannon Maria O'Flynn. Zachary Ellis Wise. Abigail Calloway Hauff. Megan Gilbert. Madeline Ann O'Hanlon. Lily Nicole Hames. Alexa Marie Caputo. Skylar Paige Kraus. William Firmage Crutchfield. Alexandra Mary Daly. Nicholas Sawtell. Charles C. Young. Alex R. Yahagi. Kellen Shao. Seamus Michael McKeever. Dylan Joseph Lamb. Christopher Morosi. Connor James Patzuk. Emmanuel Augustine Freyer. Luke Babinchak. Alejandro James Ramirez. Jackson Williams. Daniel Martin Swallow, Jr. Evan James Epstein. Taylor LaFave. Kyle Robert Martin. Samantha Maureen Dush. Nicholas J. Dinsmore. Ning Cao. Jia Yiduo, Zhu. Hongjiang Sun. Yuqing Zhang. Yinjie Fong. Pei-Chi Huang. Angela Zhou. Bo-Yao Chen. Chun-Nai Chi. Jacob Joseph Sukar. Sydney R. Young. Caitlin Marie Coco. Maria Cassandra Karamanos. Kira Elizabeth Cunningham. Caden Timothy Hazenstab. Brandon White. Matthew Kenneth Hinkle. Marissa Nicole Hummel. Caitlin Ashley Quigley. Victoria Isabel Cox. Yvonne E. Shao. Shishan Lee. Veera Anand Sundar. Andrew O. Doss. Addison Birchfield. Megan Elizabeth Dubian. Jordan Elizabeth Urban. Hayat Madinat. Jenna Ann Urban. Logan Ann Morris. Alexandra Ferraro. Elizabeth Shu. Lisa Yang. Kruti Patel. Stephen Cole Schaefer. Riley Connor Klepp. Hugh Vincent Gray. Samuel Gerald Herman. Caden Jude Tierney. Reina Ileana Donya. Anna Mary McGrath. Zachary A. Miller. Connor Matthew Longo. Alexander Miller King. Robert Anthony Salvador. Quinn Bernard Denver. Nicholas Parker Eng. Wenfeng Tsai. Sakura Christy David. Jeffrey Daniel Zubrowski Jr. Jason Benjamin Volk. Gustavo Aquino Alves Belmar da Costa. Anna Grace Shimmick. Yu Sha Lee. Jacob Civitello. Dallas Avery. Lisa Shu. Jen Lynn. Taylor Cameron Cross. William Coons. Sydney Owens. Zikang Wong. Joseph Michael Yonner. Justin Edward Hurlbert. Christian Nathaniel Caparelli. Joshua Samuel Fisher. Nicholas Keenan Del Romano. Blake Joseph Lerner. Jeremy Fash. Drew Higgins. Nicholas Guarino. Justin Bryce Koser. Matea Simonchek. Cal Edward Lira. Joseph Connor Pavusco. Michael Francis Fornaro. Kevin Ryan Abelis. Alec Lopes. David Jonathan Marciano. Ryan James Collins. Michael Patrick Steen, Jr. Talon Davidson. Vel Colin Holcomb. Sarah Louise Monroe. Qinchuo Li. Ian Staley. Zachary Andrew Crossland. Patrick Robert Sheehan. Kelsey Kimmel. Andre Paduraru. Hong Mai Kan Vu. Jocelyn Rose Lang. Kirsten Rebecca Lee. Erin Mai Messna. Lindsay Elizabeth Bennett. Brenna Kathleen McKinley. Lucas Greenewald. Amir Davis. Joshua Patrick Rickroad. Andrew John Morelovich. Jack Michael Lindenmuth. Nicholas Thomas Ostrowski. Jameson Schaefer. Benjamin Paul Krantwis. Nicholas Rodney O'Connor. Ella McShane Waldbusser, Riley L. Sass, Reagan G. Hornberger, James George Kyriakotis, Yang Yue, Nathan Brigger Collins, John Martin Pauley, Jiahyang Zhang, Yanting Ling, Yiwen Q, Xinyuan Wang, Songyi Ling, Miles Scott, Anthony Alexander Bertram, Ryan Margolis, Han Zhu, Michael William Taradash, Ziyin Su, Megan Grace Knoll, Neha Johar, Kai Zheng Wang, Daniel Xu, Luke R. Knipe, Han Liu, Cole Daniel Mettenheimer, Dominic Sean Campagna, John Edward Bristol, Jael Roman, Joseph Andrew Gerzenda Jr., Richard Visco, James Horn, Vincent Gabriel Lucetti, Brian Han Yang, Glenn Thomas Burns Jr., Colin John Ewing, Peyton Caroline Barone, William Verna, Gregory William Cardaci, Rotana Fahad A. Mashat, Rana Hussein M. Bajandu, Daniel Patrick McWiggin, Joseph Roman Giaquinto, Gavin Harvey, Evan Riley Stein, Derek Joseph Answeeney, Christopher Thomas Herb Jr., Annabelle Wandira, Christopher Liam Willis, Emily Teresa Donlin, Morgan Yap, Grace Jennings, Stephanie K. Miller, Gabriel Edward Yaskanich, Austin Shirley, Matthew Jason Zaghir, Sean Donald Clark, Dylan Thomas Patrick, Benjamin Thomas DiPiazza, Ali Jawad Asghar M.S. Balo, Jason Thomas Clark, Lauren Elaine Spiker, David Jude Lofredo, Sarah Jean Checo, Hannah S. Sirik, Mason Samuel Hershey, Andrew John Patterson, Andrew Summer Martin, Chad Ebbinger, Olivia Ann DiMarzio, Grant Spencer Pitkoff, Cameron Medic, Michael Connor Adams, Joseph Corzali, Isabel Patrice DeRosso, Ryan Michael Casey, Austin Faber Weekland, Grace Morgan McCluskey, Juliana Bari, Claire Marguerite Hanhauser, Lauren Paige Mitchell. Lauren Catherine Freivogel. Mathilde Blanche Emilie de la Villede. Robert Morris Bednar. Jonathan Henry Crow. Jackson Pierce Reynolds. Jacob Chase Lauer. Andrew Spencer Hirsch. Aiden Connor Minio. Cole Patrick Durnan. Youngwoo Lee. Mingyu Park. Chuanyang Lee. Xingzhou Chen. Samuel Grayson Baker. Noah Joseph Rosero. Tyler Andres. Grace C. Yatsila. Alyssa Moskowitz. Dylan Daniels. Sarah Schubert. Nicole Kane. Chloe Kim. Andrew Michael Taylor. Jake Michael Menz. Brock D. Sharbaugh. Drew Palmer. Alexander John DeWitt. Evan Robert Dinney. Michael William Holman. James Matthew Nolan. Kyle Hantz. Thomas John Testa. William Murray. Anthony Bertolami. Stephen M. Emerson. Tyler John Kowalkowski. Chloe Elizabeth Hill. Megan Elaine Gallagher. Jesse Daniel Watanovich. Ashley Rose Balderson. Madeline Margaret Lucidi. Abigail Goodman. Michael Thomas Hurley. Lei Chen. Joseph Kiefer. Nicholas Charles Rotelli. Caitlin Anstein. Ethan Barry Meshling. Zeying Zhou. Nolan William Rogers. Katia Abedi Eri Sifa. Benjamin Reed Colt. John Stout. Jack Allen Shepard. Quentin Christopher Trader. Ian Christopher Straczynski. Michael James Burke. Willem Andrew Eindhoven. Owen Christopher King. Nicholas Michael Carato. Christopher Hatzipavlidis. William Lehman. Christine Catherine Williams. Alex Michael Gilbert. Joseph M. Dempsey. Tyler Samuel Vicadomini. Benjamin Paul Ganal. Griffin Jackson. Braden Anthony DePrinzio. Ari Shalit. Robert Leonard Dickman. Tyler Brandon Goodman. Armando Rua. Ethan Goldman. Noah D. Slusser. Jared Berman. Aiden John Brechbill. Evan J. Bowmuller. Dawson Lewis. Jacob Cameron Mowry. Narmada Reddy Sunivarapu. Isabella Ann Rupright. Nicholas Vincent Guasta, Jenna Lise Edelman, Sarah Caesar, Alexis Faith Hosterman, Nicholas Paul Costco, Allie Bell Davis, Marissa Elise Alchaker, Fatorma Mulba, Kyle Koti Marco, Xavier R. Viala, Patrick Sabachin Excellent, Douglas Bruce Campbell, Alfred Wayman Ferguson III, Grant Lang, Tanner Joseph, Sung Jun Pai, Patrick Anthony Casaza, Dylan Matthew Tomey, Amy Manful, Connor John Thomas, Andrew S. Johannes, Brianna Marie Hart, Alfredo Enrique Suarez, Yasmin Elda, Alexa Christina Burns, Amanda Jane Burns, Caroline Elizabeth Maxim, Stephanie Nicole Katz, Taylor Ann Ilove, Joseph Palmer Proviano, Alexandra Lauren Freed, Alexandra Rose Lonsdale, Caitlin Bethany Bertrand, Maxime Guy Uzan, Matthew David Eli, Lucas Oppenheim, Samuel Cole Johnson,
Students graduating from the Department of Finance are
Ryan John McMorris, Zachary Kim, Luis Fernando Zozaya, Diego Mario Lavegas, Julieta Neri, Andrew Thornton, Jeremy Clay Lucas, Wesley William Saunders, Justin Parker Knockman, Kyle Benjamin Yellen, Edward James Smith, Donovan L. Ball, James Francis Myers, Carly Samantha Friedland, Nathan R. Ostrowski, Oliver Jan Pasterchik, Noah Salvatore Smith, Giovanna Maciel Emili, Joseph Robert Peters, John Christopher DeRocco Jr., Alex Michael Grabowski, Haley R. Givens, Rhiannon D. Kelly, Connor McMenamin, Catherine Elizabeth Clock, Christiana Marie Kyle, Kunj Savani, Mohammed Saif Sayed Balbadi Al-Daheri, Seth J. Donnelly, Alfaris Abdulaziz Ahmed Bawazir Al-Breiki, John Sean, Michael Isaac Rosenberg, Tsai-U Chi, Jake Christopher Scarafone, Zachary Michael Boyce, Cade Lafferty, Dylan Joseph Grosso, Brock Delario, Haixiang Bao, Cameron Joseph Beers, Justin Kaufman, Michaela Lee Bridges, Taylor Bender, Savannah Marie Venda, Jenna Catherine Heil, Mia Rothman, Olivia Grace Fellenworth, Abigail Morgan Ake, Caroline Paul, Viviana Elizabeth Rodriguez, Grayson Sabatino Rousseau, Anurag Pandey, Max Thomas Gavlik, Garrett Andreski, Luke Victor Bowens, Liam Edward Wright, Alden Bell Hart, Ian Brick, Jack Thomas Rittenmeyer, Ian Biagio Denaro, Brian Alexander Pons, Teresa Linda Knowlton, Supishaya Punyapakorn, Mustafa Sharaf, Yasin Ayushi, Joseph Pevner, Curtis Allen Crozen, Jr., Paula Cristina Ruiz Pena, Shane R. Nolan, Claire Poland, Hunter John Bentz, Isaac Matthew Dragovich, Mason Gideon Swankler, Brett Rafael Rivera, Robbie Teekman, Nicholas Dominic Chinichi, Brett Beletsky, Charles Hunter Keys, Daniel Shapiro, Stephen Robert Himmelstein, Reese Franklin Dempsey, Kristen Nicole Hickey, Edward Jonathan Smeal, Julia Ferrara, Aaron Boylan, Ronan W. Cooney, Zachary William Lee, Andrew James Nicolo, Logan Galloway, Austin James Fredrickson, Gavin Michael Palechko, Brian Isahi Schatz, Andrew Burns Bowers, Justin R. Gavlik, Nico Natale Maramas, Brandon Andrew Kashore, Andrew George Papageorgopoulos, Robert Martin Rothery, Luke Ramel, Carolina Maria Cronielli, Natalia Conchetta Giampietro, Michael J. Giacopanello, Jordan Robert Sparbani, Thomas Baldoff, Tian Gao, Zeshuan Shah, Daniel Sarp Ozel, Mark Gildersleeve, Garrett John Murphy, Jr., Jack Spencer Strauss, Jack N. Kelly, Noah Reed Bernstein, Brian Nelson, Alexander Malofienko, Anthony Louis Dorazio, Jacob Matthew Schwartzstein, Justin O'Grady, Kyle Caston, Robert Wilkinson, Rachel Marie Brennan, Ryan Long, Matthew Vincent Robber, Griffin Hover, Andrew David Kazemchek, Madison Rose Elias, Matthew Bradley Fuller, Emma Austin, Mason Samuel Carey, Julia Michelle Woodrow, Fiona D. Sullivan, Jacob Daniel Habek, Cassie Sinkhorn, Jacob Charles Keller, Dominic Frank Mancuso, Kiernan Claire Hutchinson, Madeline Didio, Gabriella Grace Mudd, Long Hong Le, Juan Le, Esteban Arnaldo Barredo Sanchez, Jose Ignacio Salazar Zuniga, Emma Bennington, Emily Astacio, Noel Henderson Ratcliffe, Ya Tao Ding, Yu Chi He, Colin Francis Baker, Dylan Michael Kalachi, Sean Patel, Anthony Robert D'Antonio, Stephen Bryce Ceccarelli, Elizabeth Grace Bonamo, Alexa Kate Rosenberger, Lauren N. Grundusky, Aaron Myris, Isabel E. Mina, Joseph Salvatore Albert, Jaden Robert Buxer, Connor Allen Boxall, Patrick Alexander, Wen Tao Du, Garen Tyler Middleton, Michael Ryan Baker, Jacob Isaac Johansson, John Chambers III, Matthew J. Toner, Jiahua Sun, Ryan Christopher Nositra, Zachary Colonna, Thomas Alex Lejack, Brandon Michael Gantwarg, Marissa Moeller, Robert Michael Monahan, Matthew Bertolami, Max W. Minier, Tobias Federico Diaz Fraga, Stanley Maxfield Stillwell, Lauren Irene Knopf, Lauren Marie Iannucci, Luo Xuan Dai, Jia Shen Wang, Shihan Tsai, Seth Bolenbach, Sean C. Siebert, Trevor John Rambo, Alexander E. Califf, Logan Robert Rambo, Andre Alipov, Nicholas Richard Pequino, Dylan Patrick McLaughlin, Sachin Kunjapin, Ryan Belanda, Matthew Faust, Nicholas Divine Galello, David Johnson, Brandon Christopher Misianya, Hilton Wesley Michael, Kristen Eland, Ethan Andrew Jagalski, John Matteo Beccattini, Lucian Robert Jerome, Lucas Lawn, Martin D. Saladki, Aiden Jung Robert Lee, Shane Alexander Bartle, Liman Dai, Cindy Fenn, Jonathan David Catone, Lindsay Y. Hesse, Olivia Cordano, Peter Robert Lehman, Parth Sacher, Ryan Joseph Frager, Jace Arthur Whitaker, Sean Patrick Quinn, Ryan James Knobb, Hudson Artizone West, Anthony James Reinach, Ratika V. Nagpal, Christine Zitju Wang, Mark Alexander Shirazi, Keram Tan Kochioldaram, Youssef Barakat, Dylan P. Wharton, Casey Lynn Kenny, Justin Thomas Schwenk, Alexander James Nelson, Nicholas John Durdarian, Matthew Thomas Hopkins, Arbaz Sufi, Andrew Alvarez, Michael Nathan Scribner, Liam Michael Berry, Sierra Sharma, Sophia Nizavachia, Sarah McGarity, Connor Levant, John Coyle, Deanna Kathleen Weir, Varun Vishwam Raghavir, Chase Lieberman, Josie Lynn McConnell, Shannon McNally, Han Lee, Yuning Gu, Kathleen Peter, Edward Gregorio, Michael Songhyuk Rowe, Abigail Grace Capobianchi, Emily Nash, Ryan Lewis Smizowski, Kyle Wyatt Wickman, Gabriel Michael Willig, Alexis Marie Wilson, Marissa Nicole Samedi, Emma Fortino, Melissa Gengold, Isabella Rose Moscatelli, Elizabeth Rose Pahides, Michaela Marie Brutnell, Brittany Ann Fritz, Corey Jackson Biz, Dominic Joseph Labriciosa, John Raffaello Lapresido, Patrick Tyler McCartney, Isabella Grace Veneziali, John Joseph Stueck, Jr., Justin Palante, Linghon Guo, David Eldon Brown, Natalie B. Sassano, Megan Elizabeth Schrass, Evan Poremski, Richard Thomas, Omar Amir, Shaylin Patel, Haley Schultz, Emma Marie Ostrom, Colin Christensen, Cade Alexander Strobel, Alexis Lesser, Yixiang Wang, Zhangqi Wang, Zhao Zhang, Shuelong Liu, Manis Shashank Potnis, Noah J. Cho, Kaushik V. Kari, Yifei Chin, Dhruv Amit Shahane, Jainam Jain, Ishma Nihal Mirza, Colin M. Stevenson, Jake Anthony Darko, Kevin Patrick DiLorenzo, Sarah Leanne Boyer, Juliana L. Mazer, Alexander Jacob Furmanek, William John Gotti III, Aiden Arnold, Matthew Bilson, Scott Takeshi Fico, Evan Francis Dorenkamp, Ivan Zhang, Connor Jack Brickman, Sean Fenstermacher, Joseph Francis Murray, Haley Jean Biter, Ryan Craig Erlanger, Matthew Tyler Dertujos, Timothy Jeremiah Dion, Sam Sanicola, Joseph Robert Colella, Walker Davidson, Evan John Pingator, Michael Anthony Covert, Matthew Ryan Owens, Kyle Allen McCullough, Theodore Martin Kinsler, Dylan Michael DeMarco, Andrew Davino, Robert Antonio Steffi, Brendan Charles Knightley, Ryan Thomas Mayer, Garrett Kenneth Skidmore, Ayush Shah, Alexander Lee, Zach Kalna, Christopher James Jeffries, Yu Bai, Lindsay C. Dermata, Joshua Ryan Green, Paul James Tecco, Liam Peter McGuire, Matthew Chicalisi, Eric Patrick Danahy, Bryce Evan Boaz, Joseph Emilio Fernandez, Alexandra Bruno, Rachel Spilker, David Schlichtig, Parker J. Pesta, Donovan Walker DiStefano, Benjamin Thomas Hankey, Thomas George Freiberg, John Tyler Norman, Aidan Worthington Jerome, Nishant Kiran Jakampudi, Noah Ian Weberry, Jeffrey Thomas Stevens, Alexander Oral, Christopher Russell White, Joseph John Judge, Nicholas James Roselli, Nicholas Calisi, Keenan Michael Walls, Nicholas Patrick Gerard Himes, Zane Thornburg, Nolan Barr, Dean Lawrence Hyatt, Noah Matthew Kane, Ethan James Green, Andrew Meckley, Shengfeng Wang, Jason Sun, Sebastiano Membretti, Ayush H. Dalal, Salvatore Michael Cheffo, Chirag Tarani, Yash N. Patel, Marley Turbet, Andrew J. Hoff, Chimwemwe Mitole, Adam Michael Zofko, Sean Patrick Cullen, Sankar Ramesh, Haskell Waroshin Kanagaraja, Christopher John Bogacki, Owen Wilson McManus, John Thomas Gaza, Benjamin J. Ferraro, Nicholas Joseph McClure, Kevin P. Frommelt, Joseph A. Consiglio, Drew Goodenberg, Luke Palma, Timothy Jake Landmesser, Andrew Lawrence Kowalski, Shane Francis O'Donnell, Thomas McNulty, Daniel Clark, Lucas McGannis, Danielle Ray Sikowski, Carter Franklin Reinbold, Carter J. Bucks, Joseph Michael Mazza, Zachary Martin, Matthew James Stiers, Frank Ludwig Rauscher Jr., Jonathan Chang, Brady W. Ross, Anthony Thomas Oliva Jr., Griffin Paler, Alexander Douglas Andrews, Luke Noel Fallman, Salvatore Tartaglia, Maxwell H. Steele, Carly Anna Stern, Kyle Vincent Grant, Alex Marino Cosenza, Owen Douglas Minix, Ethan Thomas Helfrich, Abiram Reddy Kotireddy, Connor Stephen Soisson, Nicholas James Kohut, Jalen Alexander Norman, Adam Dybert, Riley Luke Dennehy, Ao Cheng Lee, Catherine Rose Ryan, Ava Rita, Li Chia Kuo, Zhengyang Ling, Jingluan Wu, Xiaqing Tu, Pranita Raju Indukuri, Ziqing Li, Chenzhou Chen, Lauren Elizabeth Matyas, Thomas Margiotti Jr., Matthew Jason McAllister Fortin, Yeet Oflaz, Sabiha Sabichi, Matthew Peter Weisbrot, Yu Shuang Ling, Yibin Shi, Hao Je Wang, Lokman Fan, Jaspal Singh, Sahil Singh, Yorick Kumar, John Driscoll, Mingxi Li, Dawei Sun, Richard Jason Selwa, Matthew Lambros, Oluwagbotemi Omotanwa Oyefeso, Anna Paulina Tovar Fuentes, Andrew Sisto Testa, Qianxiang Ding.
Well done.
Congratulations, class of 2023. You did it! Now we will proceed with the conferral of the degrees. Will all the undergraduate degree candidates in the Smeal College of Business, including those watching live stream, please rise as you are able? President Bendapudi, Trustee Paterno, I am pleased to present these worthy and approved candidates.
Now, the best part of any president's job. In 10 minutes, you are going to be singing the alma mater as alumni. So for now, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Pennsylvania State University, I confer upon each of you the degree that you have earned with all the attendant rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Students, graduates, you may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations! You may now be seated.
Congratulations, alumni. Now I am pleased to call Carol McCabe, President of the Smeal Alumni Society Board, to induct these new graduates into the association. Carol is the managing partner of Trinity Wellness Advisors, a firm that provides financial wellness education programs to employees. She earned a BS in marketing from the Pennsylvania State University and an MBA in information systems from St. Joseph's University. We're pleased that she is here with us today. Carol?
Thank you, Dean Whiteman. Congratulations, class of 2023. The Penn State Alumni Association celebrates your successes and welcomes you into a proud worldwide network of Penn Staters. More than 174,000 alumni and friends like you keep their connections to our university strong through membership in the Penn State Alumni Association. With your graduation, you've been gifted a complimentary one-year membership in the Alumni Association. Your membership connects you with Penn State and more than 300 alumni groups around the world. As you take your next step, as a Penn Stater, reach out to your local alumni chapter, wherever that may be. They'll be thrilled to hear from you. With that, we would like to ask our new graduates to please rise as you are able. Would all other Penn State alumni who are with us here today please also rise if you are able. It gives me great pleasure to induct today's graduates of the Pennsylvania State University into the Penn State Alumni Association. Welcome to the alumni family. Congratulations.
Thank you, Carol. Now there are some people that deserve some special recognition. Parents, grandparents, spouses, children, other family members, and friends have all contributed toward the achievements being celebrated here today. Would family members and friends of the graduates please rise as you are able and remain standing for just a moment? Come on, family. Your sacrifice, understanding, support, and caring have helped the graduates to attain their educational goals. This encouragement is very important and not always easy. It takes a special commitment. Graduates, I'd like to ask you to stand as you are able, look at your family members and friends, and join me in thanking them for all they have done to support your success at Penn State. Thank you very much. You may be seated. At the heart of every great university are the faculty and the staff who support our students. Will our faculty and staff members in the audience please stand as you are able so that we can recognize you? Thank you for all you do for our students. Thank you. You may be seated. I wish to conclude our commencement ceremony by thanking you for the We Are spirit that embodies our community. I'm proud and grateful that you chose to advance your education at Penn State. You'll always be part of the Penn State family, and we wish you health, happiness, and success wherever you go. Following the departure of the platform party, the university marshals will dismiss the graduates from each department. And now we end our commencement ceremonies. Please stand and remain standing as you are able until the academic procession has exited the floor. We will be led in singing the alma mater by Erica Harvey.
Rest, O Mother dear, with childhood's gate, shapeless in the hands of fate. Lord, its modest dear old state, dear old state, dear old state. May no act of ours bring shame to one heart that loves thy name. May our lives but swell thy fame, dear old state, dear old state.